Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Feeling young, but they treat me like the OG. And they want the T on me, I swear these bitches nosy. Said he put some money on my head, I guess we gon' see. I won't put no money on this shit, my niggas owe me. I gotta be single for a while, you can't control me. Uno, those traits in a race, they can't hold me. And I show my face in a case, so you know it's me. Imitation isn't flattery, it's just annoying me. And I'm too about it. And the dirt that they threw on my name turned to soil, and I grew up by it. Time for y'all to figure out what y'all gon' do about it. Big wheels keep rolling, rolling. I'm outside, 29, G5, seaside. I've been losing friends and finding peace. But honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me. If I ever heard one, and I'm still here outside, front line, south side. I've been losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me. Look, don't invite me over if you throw another pretty party. Looking back, it's hard to tell you where I started. I don't know who loved me, but I know that it ain't everybody. I can never love her, she a busybody. Baby, if you want me, can't be turning up with everybody. Nah, can't be fucking on just anybody. Yeah, I got feelings for you, that's the thing about it. Yeah, you know that it's something when I sing about it. Yeah, mama used to be on disability, but gave me this ability. And now she walking with her head high and her back straight. I don't think you feeling me, I'm out here being everything they said I wouldn't be or couldn't be. I don't know what happened to them guys that said they would be. I said, see you at the top and they misunderstood me. I hold no resentment in my heart, that's that maturity. And we don't keep it on us anymore, it's with security. I'm outside, 29, G5, seaside. I've been losing friends and finding peace. But honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me. If I ever heard one, and I'm still here outside, front line, south side. I've been losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me.
Rolling 80 wheels and it'll save you. Gotta roll over till you gotta give a release. Spread your legs downtown, so I'm going out to eat. Hit the raw sounds when I rock up in your sleep. I'ma roll on the forever, let her roll on me. Split this one down the middle, wake up in on my knee.
A clap. Or all month, should I say? And I really do need to contact them. Let me go ahead and say hello to everybody in the chat, and then I'm going to dive into my commentary this morning. Okay, so let me get up to the tippity the top. Alexis, good morning. Joyce, 59 Beauty plus size. Good morning. Shantae, good morning. Pretty Saucy Leo, good morning. Empress Lisa, good morning. R and hold up. RNY TV, good morning. And we have the beautiful Dr. LaShonda. Good morning. Jill's comfort zone. Jill's contest is right around the corner. Make sure that you check out her community wall for the latest information. I think there has been a change to her contest. I'm not exactly for sure what, but and if the names are not on the people, don't blame me. It's StreamYard that's doing whatever it wants to do. I'm not really for sure what her change is, but I saw her telling that to BBW yesterday that something had changed with the poetry contest. So for those who are interested, just keep your eyes on that. I also reached out to Rose Bennett Skillet so that we could figure out exactly what all the qualifications will be for the gift wrapping contest that she's having. And the prize for that is $200. So the only thing with that one, I'll be a judge. But as far as like all the, requirements or whatever, I have no idea because it's not my contest. So until she reaches out to me or creates a flyer or something, I have no on the screen. Okay. I don't know, y'all. Okay, Mo's Kitchen. We're just keep it moving. The things ain't just ain't going. Okay, we got Chefy Chat Rep up in the building. Chat Rep, I need to find out from you. Will you be on the second brunch? A or nay? So I just need to know if I'm adding you on here or if I'm not adding you on, so I can move on with those who I'm looking with. Official D Spot. I just need you to confirm for me and let me know if you're still on for November 19th. So just let me know. And then we got Pozzolo Pizza Pie up in the building. Good morning, Memphis T. Good morning, Pretty Black TV. Good morning, Princess X. Good morning. Oh, I'm trying to get through these things here. Okay. All right, so I have reached the bottom. If there's anyone else that's in here, moderators, please make them feel welcome. I have no problem with anyone being here. It is just what you say, how you say what you say. Sometimes not what you say, okay? So yesterday, it was all this stuff going on about Uppity and her children and stuff like that. And even though I did have to tap Uppity on the finger, just a little finger tap yesterday or whatever, I still honestly don't wish any bad for her, because at the end of the day, yes, I do feel sorry for the children, I do, but I also can sympathize with the whole situation, so I can say that much, right? But I asked the question this morning, how much is social media playing a part with parenting? And I'm not going to blame everything on social media, but if you're already probably not the best mother in the world, and then you add YouTube to it, and you're on YouTube for 10,000 hours, and you're involved in everything on YouTube, how good of a parent could you really be? Now, some parents, I'm quite sure, could do it. Some people even have family vlogs and stuff. So that's what they do. They take care of their kids on the camera for everyone to see. But when you're in this nature of the beast over here, and nobody really gives a fuck about the kids, and it's just every man for themselves, I'm just wondering how much is social media hurting what's already going on, and I think with some people, just to be honest, especially those with young kids, they really don't need to be on social media, because especially if your kids is hollering and screaming in the background, that means they need something or they need your attention. Sometimes kids will just act a certain way because they want you to get off the phone. You know how when you were younger, whatever, you might have been bothering your mother or father or something while they were on the phone or doing something, and how your parents would react because you would be just doing it because you wanted their attention or whatever. So I feel like with some kids, who knows what the fuck is really going on. And if the parents is up all night on the damn internet, not getting no proper sleep or whatever, they probably treating school to be the goddamn child care and really not a place for their kids to learn. So who's helping them with homework? Who's making sure they're eating when they get home from school? And if they are they eating a balanced meal, or are you just, like I said, going to McDonald's and getting a 10-piece nugget and trying to share that shit 3 ways? I'm just asking. I don't know, but I'm just wondering. So a lot of these habits that you see of these mothers, whether they are young or old, their learned behavior, what a lot of us would call generational curses. Their mama wasn't shit, so they ended up not being shit. Their mother wasn't a good mother. Nobody taught them how to be a good mother. They end up having children and they're not the best mother. Now, I'm not going to say that goes for all, because you have some people who their mama wasn't shit, but they didn't like the way that their mom treated them. So they made sure to be different to their children because they didn't like the neglect through their mom, or they didn't like the fact of going to school and kids making fun of them because they had on used clothes or the clothes weren't name brand or whatever. So, as a parent, you're like, you know what? I'm not going to do what my mom did because I didn't like how that felt. You have some parents who have issues with substance abuse, and you'll have the children who grow up with their mother being, let's just say, a crackhead. So those kids had to go with a certain level of neglect too, because the first priority for that crackhead is that drug. You know what I mean? So for the most part, how good of a mother can you be if you have a substance abuse problem, whether it be alcohol, whether it be crack, and I'm gonna say even with weed, right? Some people will say, well, weed is not a drug, and I don't necessarily believe that weed is a drug all like that, because it comes from the earth and so on and so forth. But you have some people, and I know some people like this, they smoke weed so much and they're so addicted to weed that their behavior changes if they don't have weed. Let it be a woman, they'll go out there and fuck a nigga that's selling drugs or selling weed or whatever, just because they want to get a motherfucking dime bag or whatever, because they just can't do without it, right? But then you got people into this hardcore shit, some of this shit that I'm telling you, I never even heard about meth until I came to YouTube. And I'm not joking. Like, I've heard the name, of course, like movies or something, but I never knew anybody. I couldn't identify with anybody and say, yeah, so-and-so, they're a meth addict. No, I don't know any fucking meth addicts, with the exception of on YouTube. And then you have people into heroin and all that other kind of shit. And then you got people that's addicted to opioids. You got people that's addicted to fentanyl. I mean, just you name it, people are addicted to it, right? So some children are brought up in that. And then guess what? As according to scientists, they say that if your parents or you come from a family of addicts, you're more than likely to end up being an addict because it's something in the genetics or whatever like that. So you have that, right? And then you have some girls who their mom didn't mind passing them off to the niggas in the fucking neighborhood that sold drugs because they wanted to get their high. These are all things that I've seen or have experienced in some way. Now, not with my mother per se, that's not what I'm saying, but in my family, in the neighborhood, in the hood, whatever. And so these are all things that I've seen where a person is hooked on drugs. Their daughters might be like 14, 15, and whichever dude in the neighborhood liked them, the mother would just approve the shit because she wants to get broke off with her shit or whatever. So you have people who repeat this behavior because they were raised in this way. They were raised on food stamps, you know what I'm saying? So they grew up to be on food stamps. They grew up on Section 8, so they ended up on Section 8. Most of them never even left Section 8. They just transferred out of their place to another Section 8 place or whatever. So a lot of it, again, is generational curses. So I look at all of this, and I do have some level of empathy, because I would like to think that nobody wakes up and says, I just want to be a bad mom, you know? Will I ever have more sympathy for the parent than I do for the child? Absolutely never. Never at all. But I'm also a firm believer in everybody is how they are for a reason, you know? And I just would like to think that no mother wakes up and says, you know, I want to be a bad mother. I want to have my kids smelling like hot piss. You know, I want to neglect my children. I want to me, what it's telling me is your mama didn't raise you, was neglectful towards you, so you're neglectful towards your children. It's probably a learned behavior. And like I said, that might not be in all cases, but I think it's in a lot of cases that we see, right? And yesterday, you know, I felt the need to give Uppy a little something, right? But if you were to ask me today or whatever, like, do I feel good about it or anything? No, I don't feel good about it. Am I saying she didn't deserve it? Absolutely, she fucking deserved it, because she was being a fucking ungrateful bitch, okay? Anybody that was a part of that contest that fixed their lips to complain is a ungrateful bitch, and I don't care who they are, because I dug in my pockets and I didn't have to do it. I made sure that everybody left with something, and I didn't have to do it. I could have gave that money to the judges who came up and did their jobs and didn't fucking complain about it, right? So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not saying that I have a lot of sympathy, but what I am saying is that a lot of times we get on this YouTube, and YouTube changes us. A lot of times we let this app change us. You know, is it who we really are anyway? Or is it just bringing out the worst in us? Are we being provoked? Are we being, you know, what is the reason why you get so gritty? You know what I mean? And I think it's I get gritty in real life, but since I can't get to you in real life, okay, I'm gonna get gritty with you like this, right? But at the end of the day, I think about when I first came on YouTube and how much I've really enjoyed this. Like, it really was a hobby. I didn't care about the money. I think I waited forever before I even got monetized, because I didn't care to get monetized. I somehow thought in the beginning that not being monetized is just a testament of how real I am. Well, nothing about you is real about that. It's just stupid. Take the fucking money, okay? Because nobody else is going to look at you and say, you're not taking the money. You're such a good person. So do what works for you and your family, and what's going to add value to you and your family, or to your children, even if you don't want it, for generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? Which is something else that we have to teach our children. And we can't just teach them about, you know, the government owes you something and the world owes you something. Because if you're somebody like most people and you had to get it out the dirt, ain't nobody gave you a motherfucking thing. So you don't walk around feeling like the world owes you something. You get what I'm saying? Not only did I grow up not having it all, but I also lived out of the country. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't waste shit. And when I tell you I didn't waste nothing, I didn't waste nothing, okay? There was no such thing as the freezer is packed and the refrigerator is packed and the cabinets is packed. No, it was basically just keeping your head above water, you know, really just surviving, right? So even in this mind of mine and how I work, I have a very humble spirit, because I grew from humble times, and I've lived in situations and environments that humbled me, right? So, you know, I can't really change who I am with a lot of things because that's just who the fuck I am. But you have people who feel, you know, like everybody owes them something, and it's because they've been given shit. Whether it didn't have to come from their parents or whatever. Some people get it from their parents. They become spoiled from their mama and daddy and whoever else and shit like that. No. By the time I was 18, I had 2 children. Okay. So I've been on my grown woman shit for a long shit. So I ain't had no parents to just spoil me and I'm 15, 16 and they doing all this other crazy stuff. No, I never felt that the world owed me anything. But you have a lot of people out here and they feel like the world owes them something, you know, and I'm just thinking that has to be a part of their reality and how they're living. Probably never worked a job. Even if they got disability, it's not the disability that you worked for. It's the disability that you got because you never worked enough to pay into the system. That's what they call SSI. Okay. So you have that, and I'm not knocking anybody with it, but I'm just saying that you have a lot of people who get spoiled, who feel indebted. They don't feel grateful for these resources or anything. They feel that the government and the world and that everybody owes them something. And no matter what they get, it will never be enough in their eyes, right? So, you know, I'm just saying that I often question myself, like, why the fuck am I still here on this app? Because I feel like this app, instead of making me a better person, oftentimes I feel like it makes me a worse person, because when I'm trying to be at my higher self, you have people who keep on tugging on you because they don't have shit to live for. They don't have a goddamn thing. So they keep on trying to just poke and provoke. And, you know, they do lies and allegations and all kind of, you know, narratives or whatever. And that's because they don't really have any fucking thing going on in their life. And like I said about a week ago, I am here and I'm still on this app because of the few people that I feel are voiceless, the people who are unheard, the people who feel like there's nobody that they can relate to, the person who's going to say, I have no shame, they just put me on fucking Seroquel. And at the same motherfucking time, I'm going to do a motherfucking med check because, bitch, I take me a couple motherfucking pills and I take, you know what I'm saying? You know, I got bipolar, I got anxiety, I deal with depression. I'm here for the people who can relate to these things and they've never really had anybody, whether it's been somebody in their real life or whether it's been somebody on social media to say, this is me. You know what I'm saying? This is me. So I said all of that to say, I had watched, and let me move this off the screen. Yeah, it's definitely spiritual warfare for sure. So I said all that to say that I had caught a little bit of Tasha K's video, and she was talking about Cardi B and her owing the money and things like that. But she also started talking about her mother, and it was just kind of reminding me of again what we were dealing with yesterday. And a lot of people, when you see them and they are the mess that we see them as, it's because they grew up and their mothers were neglectful towards them. Now, I didn't understand what some of Tasha K was saying because I remember my first beef with Tasha K. Some people might not realize, like, how did you beef with Tasha K? Yeah, Tasha K used to swing and bang down here with us and will still come down here when she gets good and ready. Okay. So I had gave her the name Woodrow Wino's niece or whatever. And so I was listening to this video of hers, and I don't know how much of it is really real, but I did feel like there was something in her that I heard that I said, this is different, right? So I want to go ahead and play some of this for you guys, and I may be stopping it from time to time because of copyright, and also to maybe give some commentary on it, but mainly for copyright purposes, because you can't really just play people's stuff all the way out like that. She was on Jay Wilson's panel not too long ago. Yeah, she'll come down just like Maddie. Maddie will come down too, and we'll hit a link or whatever. So it's taking me just a second because StreamYard kicked me out, so I had to put the video back in here again. And she named this Is Just Me. So if you later on or whatever want to go watch the whole thing, then that's the one you'll be looking for. And after I finish playing this, I will drop the link. And if anybody wants to come up and add to the conversation or to the topic, they're more than welcome. I'm just kind of just like a little just bit of transparency for me, because I just realized when I took my break just how much at peace I was and how happy I was. And when I'm back here on this app, it's not that I'm sad or anything like that, but it's just like the true freedom is really when you're not on here, because you're then spending your time with your family and your friends, and you're just enjoying life. And I see too many people wasting so much of their time here on this app. And I see so many people losing so many things, jobs and relationships with their children. And it says my device is having problems sharing the video, so give me just a moment. But I see people losing more than I see them gaining. I see relationships, friendships, gone, disappeared over this stuff. People who've known people for years, and those relationships are gone, and it's behind YouTube. You have to really be a strong person to be on this app. I'm telling you. And a lot of people who are just subscribers, nothing against them, but a lot of them will never really get it. Everything that comes along with this. Some people make it look good, and they make it look like everybody's just having the time of their life and all this other stuff, and everyone's making all this money and all this other stuff. And to tell the truth, that ain't even really what the fuck is going on, And the most money that I made has been from celebrity gossip and entertainment on YouTube, not the beef sector. The beef sector has never brought me in a bag, ever, never. So it's just taking a second, guys. So give me a moment. You can let yourself up, Viv, because I can't do shit.
Hey, good morning. I just came up here to help you if I needed to help you.
Hey, I miss y'all too. I know I miss y'all
Hold on, I want to forward it some because
damn, y'all in here heavy already. Dang. Damn, y'all.
I don't know if it'll even let you change the time on here, Vivian. Hold on, let me take this off. But this is the problem too. Sometimes people we're not even used to having these real conversations, to the point that when you have them, people don't even know, you know what I mean? Like, is it real? Is it fake? Okay, I don't know what the hell is going on with this thing now. Hold on, y'all. All right, Vivian, can you see the video?
Yes. I see Tasha K
Okay,
on the screen.
can you see? Okay, no, I want to see. Can you move it to the 8-minute mark or no? Because it's not letting me do it. It's like doing it, but not doing it.
I think it's because you're sharing it.
It's like I can't even get the sticker off. Okay. All right, let me see.
Sorry, that was my fault. I was trying to go back to comments.
Okay. It's at 5, but it's just not doing.
Let it play a little bit and then, stop it and do the commentary.
Well, I didn't want to get all the way back to the front part of it because it won't even play, actually. Like, even the ticker won't come off. I mean, I guess I could do screen share, but if it doesn't play, hold on. You know what? It's always another way around this shit. Hold on. So y'all just gonna be seeing Tasha K face right there for a second. Hold on. I'm just gonna try to play it from the side over here. See if I can do this. Let me try one more time. Nope. All right. All right, we being ghetto today, but we got to make it work.
A lot was it's been a struggle, to fight against my ego. And you guys have seen me fail a lot out here. A lot. And there are people in my corner that say, don't give up. And it's y'all. Fucking y'all, right? And there was a lady, like I said, there was a lady crying backstage. And she said, I took a bunch of pills. And, if it wasn't for your videos, I would have died, Tasha. And she just shaking. She said, your videos give me laughter. And that's truly why I started my channel. Was to laugh, was to put laughter out there, was to put
she had soda
the humanness of it, to highlight the fuckery.
And my sisters was in the room sleep.
Okay, now it's fucking deciding to go, y'all. I'm so
sorry. This is fucking traumatizing. You don't understand this shit. Like, and I remember shaking my mama. And I was like, mama, get up, get the fuck up.
This is crazy, Vivian. Okay, I'm gonna play from right here. If it can play from right here, I'll be happy and I won't complain. Come on, Jesus, fix it. This is crazy.
Shelly, remember when she first came out, she used to talk about being an abuse victim, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she talked about that on here.
Because remember, she used to talk about all the time. Can you see me? Are we here?
I can see you.
Okay. Because remember, she used to talk about all the time how she was in therapy because of the abuse and stuff like that, and the things from her past that she had to heal from.
Mm-hmm.
That was the scariest time of my life because I didn't hear from my mama for a week.
See, it just came back on again.
I didn't know if she was still alive. I didn't know anything.
Oh my God, I can't.
Cause Tasha K
Keep
one of
talking
them.
good.
Tasha K one of them Florida people. You know, and she's talked about her heartaches and her struggles. Good morning, everyone. She's talked about her heartaches and her struggles and the things that she's had to go through and put up with in reference to her parents and things of that nature. And she's talked about this on plenty of occasions. And that's what happens, Shelly, when you
Romantic
were
for
talking about the
levels.
things that you seen
When you molested when you 6 and you watch,
Okay,
your
I got
family
it,
go
Viv.
through things and poverty. You never
I'm
saw what Black success looks like. You don't. That's all you see. That's all you see. So that's all you know. And my mama did the best she fucking could. And shout out to my mama. I posted about her today. If y'all know my story, y'all know that, my mom and I have been through a lot. She had me at 17. And I gave her, I remember the judge telling her one time that when I'm nervous, I do this right here. I remember the judge telling her, if you don't get her together, I'm going to put you in jail. Right? And my ego a lot was, it's been a struggle, to fight against my ego. And you guys have seen me fail a lot out here. A lot. And there are people in my corner that say, don't give up. And it's y'all. It's y'all. Fucking y'all, right? And there was a lady, like I said, there was a lady crying backstage. And she said, I took a bunch of pills. And, if it wasn't for your videos, I would have died, Tasha. She just shaking. She said, your videos give me laughter. And that's truly why I started my channel. Was to laugh, was to put laughter out there, was to put the humanness of it, to highlight the fuckery, and to have you to be able to laugh at your fuckery. But if I'm participating in the fuckery, right, how can I show you what fuckery looks like? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I didn't get in this to argue with celebrities. I didn't get in this to fight with celebrities or put down celebrities. I got through this because a lot of times we idolize celebrities and we don't understand that they're really human. And contrary to popular belief, almost all these celebrities that I've had public beefs with or they have a problem with my content, they can hit me. They hit me. We talk. And a lot of times in the heat of the moment, nobody wants their name in the title. And it's kind of like a reflection, like a mirror, and I'm putting a mirror on their life. But I'm doing it because so many people follow these celebrities, and they do, especially our children. And they mimic this life. They want to be this life, but they don't understand that this is not life. This is not life. When I was 10 years old, my mom was with a guy that used to touch on us. She didn't know that. She didn't fucking know it. And I remember one night my mom, and you could tell like she didn't know that because my mama don't play that shit. She don't play that shit. So listen to me when I tell you this right now. She don't play that shit. My mama had me very young. She had 3 kids by the time she was 21 years old. And she had met this guy, and he had a lot of money, and he used to take care of her. And when she was at work, he would, grab our asses, try to touch on us, try to fuck on us, try to fuck our friends, and stuff like that. And I remember one night, I was always a nosy kid, and I got up, and something told me to get up that night. And he was laying in the bed naked. I went in his room, something told me to go check on my mama. And I just woke up 2 o'clock in the morning. And I used to randomly do this, just wake up. But this night, it was different, and I was like I said, I was very, very young. Couldn't be no older than 10, maybe 11. And he was laying on the bed butt naked. His dick was out and everything. And I was like, hey, Rob, where's my mom? He was, I don't know. So I walk around the house and I found my mama in the den. And she was laid out on the table. And her head was down. And then she picked her head back up. And I said, Mom. And she head hit the table. She had Seagram's gin. She had soda, and she had took a bunch of pills. And my sisters was in the room asleep. And I'm shaking my mama. This is just fucking traumatizing. You don't understand this shit. Like, and I remember shaking my mama. And I said, Mama, get up, get the fuck up, right? She wouldn't get up. So, you know, her boyfriend's son was living with us at the time, faggot ass nigga, right? Oh my God. And he pulled up with a girl that he had met at the club. And I said, hey, he was drunk. He was driving. I said, hey, he ran in the house because he came in through the den where she was laying down. I said, please take my mama to the hospital. And he was like, I'm not taking your mama to the hospital. She'll be fine. Let her sleep it off. And I said, no, you got to take my mama to the hospital. I said, if you don't take my mama to the hospital, I'm going to take the keys myself and I'm going to drive my mama to the hospital. And he said, fuck it. And he took my mama to the hospital and he left her there. That was the scariest time of my life because like I didn't hear from my mama for a week. I didn't know if she was still alive. I didn't know anything. And we was in the house with these men. But, you know, my mom went through a lot. And, you know, seeing that, it's a spirit. It's a fucking spirit when you want to kill yourself, right? Because that spirit is so strong is the reason why I didn't think I would live to be 25. But I always found laughter and love to be my light. But because of what I was surrounded by, so much poverty, so much, and this is a video I love. I don't want y'all getting sad because this, y'all gotta understand, like, I done came through it. I done came through it. So if it wasn't for my mama coming through it and fighting and my family, my whole family showed up and showed out for me. They was in the corner, my dads. I told y'all I got like 4 daddies. You know, y'all didn't believe it till you saw it. Everything that I talk about on this platform is real. It's exaggerated, but it's real. It's real. And I ain't hear from my mama for four or 5 days. And she was very nonchalant when she had spoke to me. I'm going back to the story at hand. It's just hard for me to revisit this, right? And we ended up eventually going to sell my auntie, rest her soul, who's transitioned now, but she picked up where my mom left off. And my mom ended up joining the military to get out so that she could provide a better life for us. And we stayed with my auntie, and my auntie taught us how to, you know, just be women until she got back. And my mama back now. My mama fucking back. I don't talk about this shit. So when I posted that and I said, God truly brought my mama and me back together because she didn't understand the things that she did. Traumatized me, but I always loved her. But that spirit be so heavy and I suffered from anxiety and depression and suicidal thoughts. And when I see the winos write me, when I see y'all writing me and telling me that you came through suicide, that's truly why I started this platform. This fucking world will eat you up and spit you out. Now, I know it's real to the point where it's like, Tasha, you do a lot of shit. But it's truly my gift to just rip it apart and build it back up. I swear to God. A lot of y'all may not understand that. You don't get it, but I get me. I get why I'm supposed to be here. I get it. Can't nobody tell me no different. Now, I'm saying this to say this. And I'm sharing something with y'all. And I did this. I did this for me. I did this for y'all. I did it for my fucking husband. Because he saw something. He saw something happening to my gift. He's like, Tasha, you can't be given a gift like this and you inadvertently misusing it. You know, a lot of people put their lives in your hands, whether they're watching you or whether they're working with you or working for you. And you got to stand in it. You got to stand in this shit, Tasha. And I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to stand in it. So I'm about to share something with y'all that really fucking just broke me down. And I don't know what is gonna come from this. And I don't give a fuck how many videos people make. But this is me. This is not Tasha K. This is LaTasha, Trans Rena Howard, Kibi right now that's talking. And I need y'all to be nice. I need y'all to be love. I need the same love y'all showed me. I need y'all to show that love right now, okay? Cardi's birthday just passed. Okay? I remember when I turned 40, the night before I turned 40, that spirit engulfed me because it was right after the verdict. And I thought I had let y'all down. I thought I had let my family down. I thought I had let just everything down. And I came this far to lose. And it was a spirit because, you know, when that spirit was planted, by that spirit that my mama got from her mama was planted in me. I thought I had got rid of that spirit, but that spirit, it lingers. It lingers. It's like, you know, you learn how to manage it, just like you learn how to manage anxiety. You learn how to manage depression. That's why I advocate for therapy and everything. And laughter is one of the biggest therapies that you can get. And I've been watching behind the scenes with both my ego and with both my heart. A lot of things being said on social media, whether it's by her or to her. And I've been a part of that. And when you got a woman that has everything, and I'm not saying this, listen to what I'm saying right now. She has the fame. She has the money. She got a husband. He ain't perfect. That's fine. She got 2 beautiful children. She got a family. She got a lot of resources at her dispense that she could utilize. But you have to understand, you know, sometimes the cloud is so dark, you don't even know where to go, right? And when I saw her post in the wee hours of the night that she, you know, wanted to put a bullet in her head and she was telling her fans, go kill yourselves. You have to understand, that's a spirit. That's not the person. That's the spirit. That's not the person. When people don't want to live, they don't want nothing else around them to live. That is the spirit of destruction. That is the spirit of self-sabotage. And I could not have a platform and be gifted the platform that I have if I allow my ego and this determination to win, even though I've already won. I've passed the test that I needed to pass, which was, I didn't get in this to argue with celebrities. I got in this to tell the truth about life and to let you know that life really ain't that hard. As long as you got that knowledge, as long as you got wisdom, as long as you know that there are always resources and there are solutions. I tell my people around me all the time, don't tell me the problem, bring me the solution. Don't call me with a problem, call me with a solution. But when you got a woman like her who has 2 children and the world is tearing her down, and I aided in that, my ego did, right? It aided in a lot because my ego was on the defensive mode, like because I got insecurities and I feel like I'm being attacked. And so then when you got 2 egos that are both coming from damaged backgrounds, because you know what Cardi been through to get to where she
Fair
was.
use disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute. All right, so I don't know. I was just watching that, and even though a part of me feels like Tasha K is doing it for sympathy, because when I made a video and I talked about my struggles with suicidal ideation, she basically did a video and was talking about people who committed suicide were weak and this, that, and the other thing. And then she came over to my page and wrote me a big old long index ebook of a whole bunch of crap about being a pill popper and some other stuff or whatever, right? But I had conversation with her after that or whatever like that, and I don't really hold any animosity against her, for that, because people have said and done worse, right? But I also listened to this and I was like, I can relate to that, because I didn't come on this app to sit and argue with fucking women every day. At least Black women anyway, women who look like me. I didn't come here to do this. You know what I mean? And even though it started with defending myself, and I will always defend myself if I see fit, if I see the need fit to do so or whatever. But I get exactly what she's saying. You end up doing some things and becoming somebody that you look in the mirror sometimes and you're like, how the fuck did I get here? And it's not even worth it, because a lot of it is spiritual warfare. And I have to try to stay right on the right path, because at the end of the day, you can sit here and worry about getting the last word back or doing the last thing or whatever. But if you leave this earth today or tomorrow, what's going to happen to you? And that's one of those things that comes with accountability. So it's just like, I just don't like when people keep provoking me from where I'm trying to be, stay, and also grow to, because I'm not all the way where I want to be in Christ, should I say. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. But I'm gonna go on mute and let you respond, Vivian.
Shelly, one of my things is I always say, if I didn't see it, I didn't hear it, it didn't happen. That is what I call a defense mechanism for me. You guys, that's a defense mechanism for me, because I do realize there are a lot of people on here hurting. I do realize that there are a lot of people on here that are that will throw their friend, someone that they call sister, someone that they call cousin, somebody that they've allowed their children to talk to. They will go, and to make themselves feel better and to grow their channel, they will throw you under the bus and lie on you, scandalize your name and things of that nature, as a defense mechanism for me to protect my own mental health. Because, Shelly, I've also disclosed and shared with the folks that I am bipolar depressive. I have a diagnosis from a doctor, from a mental health specialist. I go to counseling every other week, y'all. Every other week. For those of you who don't know, when I went on that ship, my counselor called me and I had to talk to my doctor as I was boarding the ship. Okay? That is how seriously I take my counseling. Now, in reference to all of this, I also got some other things that's going on with my, me being a caregiver for my mom who has onset of dementia and things of that nature. So to protect my mental stability, make sure that I'm okay. If I didn't hear it, I didn't see it, it didn't happen. That is why I don't argue with these folks here on YouTube, because I understand that they got underlying things that are going on with them that they need to take care of. That they need to take care of. And what I'm noticing is that a lot of these folks here are using YouTube as their therapy. They're using YouTube as their therapy.
Okay, go
But
on.
Go ahead, Shells. Okay, as I was saying, they're using YouTube as their therapy. And with this bipolar, like with me, with my bipolar disorder, I am bipolar depressive. I told you guys that. I know that for a fact that YouTube, if I just use YouTube as my therapy, I would be on here manic and ranting all the time.
Then
But
that's what I was gonna say. I've seen people in the last, not even just the last week or two. I've seen this throughout the years, right? Not only have I seen people doing it throughout the years, I've seen myself do it through the years. But when I have done it through the years, I don't see myself doing it because when I do it, I literally black out. I don't know what I'm fucking doing. The only way I'm going to know and see what I did is if I watch it back on a video. Okay. So, because at that point in that time, that's not even me. I've already tapped out. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. And a lot of people have watched that. And a lot of people have even still told me that they find that S. Hutchinson to be entertaining. They find that to be funny. But when I see other people doing it, I don't really find it funny. I see a person having a whole mental health crisis. And although I do shake the bottle and say med check, and it is a funny fucking thing that we all laugh about, but I also do it because it's a very serious fucking thing. And, listen, clearly a lot of people on here are either undiagnosed or they are either diagnosed and they do not want to take their medication. Just about every person I know, including myself, with mental health issues, they do not like taking their medicine for the fact, and some people say, well, that's no excuse. But listen, it's like this new medicine they got me on right now. When I tell you that this shit is like a fucking tranquilizer, you don't have time to be fucking manic because you're a fucking zombie, okay? Like, I'm going to sleep. It's like a tranquilizer or whatever. So for like the last 2 nights, I'm like, I ain't even take that shit. So most people don't like the side effects of the drugs, or they don't like how much of the drug that makes them act like not their self, right? But I see a lot of people on here and they think because they have X amount of people watching that they are gaining this audience or whatever, but really people are watching a train wreck. They're watching you have a mental breakdown. And then what Tasha K said to me, what I heard was she hurts people because she's fucking hurt. So when April Rain said, well, why didn't she apologize for lying on Maddie? And I'm not saying that this gives her any right at all. Y'all know Maddie is my sister. I love her down. But a lot of people, unfortunately, they don't even see Maddie as a woman, right? Because when they get mad with her, the first thing they do is they talk about Timothy. They call her a man hands, this,
Shelly,
that,
it's not about
all this
seeing
other
her.
stuff.
It's not about seeing Maddie as a woman. Let's start with just seeing
A
Maddie as a
human.
basic human being.
That's what I was gonna say. They don't see her as a woman, let alone they don't even treat her as a human. And I've been around her and I didn't even realize how serious transphobia was because I didn't have any personal friends that were trans or anything like that. I went to school with the girl who later on got a surgery done or whatever. So, and I'm not saying she doesn't have a right to not apologize to Maddie, but I think that's why a lot of people do things that they do to Maddie, and they feel like they can get away with it and it's okay. There are people here on this YouTube that maybe I'm not even mad with them about shit that they did to me, but I can't forgive them for what they did to her, especially people that she had been kind to, because I'm like, I know how people treat her. So when she's open and kind to people and then they basically give her their ass or whatever after she's giving them opportunities, as you guys notice, you don't hear me talk about those people. I don't go anywhere near those people. I don't want anything to do with those people. But that's just me. And sometimes your loyalty can get you hurt too. You know what I mean? Because I am extremely too loyal, and a lot of times loyal to the wrong people. Now, I'm not saying her, because she's been a very loyal person to me. So I want to say that. But I'm gonna go on mute, and Vivian, just because we got the feedback, so that's why I didn't want to talk at the same time.
Well, I'm just going to say this, you guys. All right, so all right, I'm just going to give a little bit of my backstory. I told you guys I suffer from bipolar depression. I suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. I am a survivor of military sexual trauma. I no longer teach because I was assaulted by one of my students. I had a male student that jumped on my back and grabbed my breast and held me down. When I came to, I was walking down a hallway with the policeman behind me, coming back to my classroom. All my male students were just as if I left them. The only reason that I was not arrested is because my male students all gave the statement to the police that this was pre-planned by this student. This triggered my military sexual trauma situation that had been under control. Now, this is the thing I'm going to tell you guys. People that are hurting, people that are constantly smoking weed, people that are drinking and things of that nature. This is what I see here on YouTube. These people are hurting. They're not medicated. They're not seeing anybody. But to get away from the trauma, they tend to drink and smoke. I always say that if you are having a problem, that you will medicate. If your body needs medication, it's going to do whatever it needs to do to get the relief. Some people, that's why you see some people cutting. That's why you see some people drinking. That's why you see them smoking and all of that. And you guys, I only told you this story not to uh and I promise it's not for you to feel sorry for me. But what I want you to know is you can survive and come through on the other side. But you got to be real with yourself. You have to be real with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. If you are hurting, if you know that you're not feeling well, you have to reach out to those resources out there and get the help that you need. Y'all listen, I have a mental health plan. I work my plan. I work my plan. I have somebody that is here on YouTube, and no, not Brother Jay. They'll call me and they'll say, Viv, I looked at your live. Did you take your meds? Have you taken your meds? And I'll say, and I'll think about it. Because as Shelly says, we have to take these meds, but we don't want to. We don't want to take this medication because of the way it makes us feel. My medication makes me feel lethargic. I just want to lay down. I don't want to get up some days. I have to make myself get up out of bed. I have to make myself keep putting one foot in front of the other. I have to make sure that there is no stress going on in my life. Because undue stress brings anxiety attacks, panic attacks. It brings on paranoia. It brings on mania. And the other thing in reference to this, a lot of us do not know our triggers. A lot of us don't know our triggers. Shelly says she tuned out and she felt better. A lot of us need to turn off these YouTube channels. Y'all listen, I have actually got out of the algorithm because I have been looking at videos, story time videos, just listening at people with calming voices and talking. Sometimes we have to do that. We can't listen at all of this trauma all the time because it becomes implanted and embedded in our spirit. And it brings up imps, demons, and 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 things because like they said, this is a spiritual warfare. It brings up things in our spirit that we don't need to be tackling with. It brings up things that we need to uh uh pull back from. And I'm
And let me
telling
just
you,
add this right here, right? The comment on the screen says, from the state of being, no sympathy. I don't care. Hurt people who hurt people is why the world is the way it is, which I agree. Maybe if the system took mental illness serious, we could be in a better place. Again, I care. I agree. Now, the first one about no sympathy, I also agree with that because you have a lot of people, and I'm gonna tell you a prime example. You got Megabus. Megabus knows that she's mentally ill. Megabus knows that she's also a little goddamn slow. Okay, now this is not me trying to, because we talk about not attacking people, making people feel worse. But the truth of the matter is, the girl is slow. Okay, she's slow. She needs attention constantly. She needs to take some medication. She's not doing any of those things. She's on this internet. You cannot go to a single platform without Megabus being on the platform for hours and hours and hours on end from morning to night. Okay. With mental health, the first thing you got to make sure is that you're sleeping properly. Because that's one of the first things that will make you have a bout with mania. Not getting no sleep. But if you're running your mouth for hours and hours and hours, probably not even taking the time to hydrate your body, to drink, to eat properly, to get some sleep, and then if you don't have nobody that loves you, you're not getting any of those love endorphins and all those other things that makes you feel good. At some point during the day, you're just angry all day because you have to look at your old woman and her new woman, and you're sitting around lonely. I'm just saying, I don't have any sympathy for people like that. People like that are other people. So I don't want y'all to get it mixed up with the people who come on here to intentionally hurt, or the people who come on here for entertainment and might hurt some people or get hurt, but they don't really want to do all of that. It's a difference. Now,
Shelly,
I almost went somewhere else.
they all hurting. Whether they intentionally,
yeah.
whether they intentionally doing it or if they doing it unintentionally. Hurt is hurt. It don't matter. What I'm talking about is the person that's getting hurt in the in that's standing in the look, y'all. I'm gonna talk about Vivian. I know that y'all seen me come on here on last week, and I went on Jay Wilson channel, and I last Friday I didn't laugh, but I was like, look, I'm just being petty. I don't believe what this person is saying. And Shelly will know I call her a dead person because, and I've often said that I'm not Jesus, so I can't bring Lazarus back to life and nobody else. But one thing I did realize, Shelly, and this is about being on my grown woman stuff and about my spiritual walk with God, guess what I realized? That there's some work for me to do. Because if it wasn't work for me to do, I wouldn't have become so triggered and because that was a meltdown, Shelly. That was a meltdown that I had on the other Friday on Jay Wilson's channel. Me and my cousin talked about that as we were on our way down to the VA. Oh, that was it. I'm not gonna call it. It was a meltdown. It was whatever, but it wasn't. Again, like I told you, I was being petty, but my questions, I still had the questions that I had to ask. I got, I still haven't gotten any answers, but it's neither here nor there. But again, I noticed something. Guess what? I have some work to do on Vivian. Listen, again, it's about being aware of me. It's being aware of me and where I am in my walk. And guess what I'll be talking to my therapist about tomorrow? About we're going to be trying to figure out why it irritated me so much that I had to come on in and speak on something that I hadn't spoke on, or a person I hadn't spoke on in what, 2 years since they went on their channel and berated me for 2 or 3 days. That part. See, that's what.
All right, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. But we got the feedback. So I think when it comes to that situation, even whomever has done something, they have to repent for those things, or else they will keep reliving those situations and having things happen. So, everybody has to find their way. That's what I will say. And I chose to find my way for the things I felt like I had did wrong, repent, move on. And the things I feel like I didn't do anything wrong for, I just kept it moving, So I dropped the link. Does anybody else want to come up? Does anyone else have anything to add? If not, we are probably going to close on out. I do have the new flyer for the brunch part 2. That will be November 19th. So we have less than a month to go. So once again, I'm asking for $1 per person. If everybody here sent me $1 today, I will be at my goal for the brunch giveaway. So sometimes you do reach a breaking point. And also the other thing I wanted to say is, as far as the ADHD and bipolar, they do have very similar traits, because there was a while when I kept telling my doctor, I'm like, I feel like I have not so much ADHD, but ADD. And they said, well, the symptoms are pretty much the same as in, bipolar. But they knew that I had bipolar because at first they diagnosed me with intermittent explosive disorder. And then it's when I was going to my therapist, she was like, I don't think you have intermittent explosive disorder. She was like, because people with that, they break like TVs and like windows in cars, and they put holes in the wall, but you fight people. So I think you have bipolar. And then that's when the diagnosis was changed from intermittent explosive disorder over to bipolar. And so, yeah, the ADD, I'll be feeling very much like ADD quite often. So, and with mental health, it is a daily struggle, medication or not. It is a struggle every single day, and I don't care anything about people making jokes or calling me crazy or whatever. That doesn't bother me at all, because at the end of the day, there have been a lot of people who have reached out to me on the back end. I had one man who told me he was going to leave his wife because she had bipolar. And by listening to me, it made him more sympathetic and empathetic. And it made him, he was going to have some more patience and try to work with her through therapy and stuff like that. I've had people reach out to me and say, because of me, they didn't take their life. So if by me talking about it helps one person, then it's worth it. If me talking about it makes one person in the chat feel less alone and less quote unquote crazy, or whatever the case may be, or because, mental health or any type of physical health issue, you can feel alone. you know, because you kind of feel like you're the only one that's dealing with it when that's usually not the case, right? So, oh, hold on a second. See something here on this Cash App. Lorraine, thank you so much for the Cash App for the brunch. And also from BBW, even though they don't like it when I call her BBW, but she will always be BBW to me. James calls her Sweets. I also got to check up and see if James saw what I had asked. So right now we are at, oh Lord, where's my book at? Hold on, y'all, 1 second. I can tell y'all exactly where we are. I think we like at 70 something. I think like $72. I could be wrong. I just don't have a pen in my book right here. I think we're at 72. No, I'm telling a lie. We're at $67. The pot is at $67. So that's where we are now. We're at $67. Okay. So, yes, I heard that court was today, but no one ever told me when, where, whatever. Somebody did reach out to me and said it was in the same place where Shireen had went to court at, but I don't know what time or whatever. Like, none of that stuff is around the corner for me because I don't live anywhere near them people. But I will keep my ears open to the streets and what's going on with it. And if I hear anything, I'll come back with it. And y'all always know we do the after party. So if you guys want to join the after party, the link is in the comment section. Again, I just want to thank everyone who came to support the brunch and beyond the brunch, those who support me no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm cussing a bitch out, whether I'm just talking about some real stuff like today, just being a little bit transparent, whether I'm doing a challenge, whether I'm telling you guys about shopping hauls or whatever it may be. I truly appreciate all your support, whether you just watch me, whether you donate, cash apps or super chats or membership. I do understand that I've been in this game for a long time, and I think my time expired a long time ago, but somehow by the grace of God, I'm still here. And I don't even know if that's the grace of God, because I really don't think that he's really in the midst of this here. But I think for the few people where I want to go, I think I will align and connect with those people and keep going in another direction, slowly, but surely. So, yes, I will look out for the email. So I will, slowly but surely, because like I said, this is a journey. And when you're on a journey, it's not really about reaching the destination. It's about the journey. So, I'm just happy, honestly, where I am in my life. I'm in a really good place, and I really want to stay in that place because peace is priceless. And I don't ever want to exchange that shit for pennies. Now, before I leave out, Vivian, I'm going to give you the floor before we close out. You can go ahead and say your final words, and then we're going to music.
Okay, real quick, you guys. Today I will be live from the gas station doing the Chronicles. I got a special surprise for you guys. And also, I want you guys to remember, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. You'll see the purple ribbons for that. It's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You'll see the pink ribbons for that. I am a survivor of domestic violence, but I also have family members, mom and sister, who are breast cancer survivors. So you guys, let's be in memory of those who have lost their lives, and pray for those who are fighting, and keep those in prayer who are in remission. All right, Shells. I'm out, babes.
stomach is a pain. See you walk in my direction, I go the other way. I start to stutter when I speak. Try to stand, but my knees go weak.